Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Tuesday, October 28th, 2025. World Series, Monday Night Football, NBA, NHL soccer, college football, the NFL Tuesday Bet, news and notes, and best bet. We'll start with the World Series, which was one of the greatest, if not the greatest, World Series game played ever. 18 innings. Dodgers win it 6-5 on a walk-off home run by Freddie Freeman. Second year in a row, Freddie Freeman's a walk-off homer in the World Series. Getting the win was Will Klein, who was in the minors to start the year, and then Brendan Little gets sting with the loss. They were talking about Shohei Ohtani or Yoshi Yamamoto pitching out of the pen if this game was extended, but that's good. That didn't have to go that way. And if we saw Clayton Kershaw, the bullpen in this game, he only got one out. But maybe it was the last time we've seen him pitch ever. Tyler Glasnow started for the Dodgers. Max Scherzer started for the Blue Jays. And it was a game to remember forever. All right, back at it tonight, 8 o'clock on Fox. Game 4, Jays-Dodgers. Shane Bieber and Shohei Ohtani. I think the Jays got to win this game if they want the series to go back to Toronto. The Dodgers are minus 210 favorites. The Jays are plus 176 over under 8, minus 10 each way. Jays plus 1.5 is minus 118. Dodgers minus 1.5, minus 102. I'm going with the over. I think that both bullpens are going to be taxed from the long game yesterday. And there's pressure on the Dodgers starters to go deep. So I'm going to go over 8 at minus 110. All right, now move on to Monday Night Football. It was kind of a laugher. Chiefs over the Commanders, 28-7. Marcus Mariota started for Jaden Daniels. Chiefs are 5-3. Washington's 3-5. Travis Kelce got his 100th career touchdown reception, and there's a moment to remember for him. Taylor Swift was at the game. Yada yada. All right. Now we'll go to NBA. We will recap yesterday's games and look ahead to tonight. Tonight's a slower window. And hockey, I think, has the bigger slate tonight. It might be the Frozen Frenzy for hockey tonight. Cavs over the Pistons, 116-95. Sixers over the Magic, 136-124. Bulls over the Hawks, 128-123. Rockets over the Nets, 137-109. Celtics over the Pelicans, 122-90. Spurs over the Raptors, 121-103. Thunder over the Rams, 101-94. Jazz over the Suns, 138-134 in overtime. Nuggets over the T-Wolves, 127-114. Warriors over the Grizzlies, 131-118. The Blazers over the Lakers, 122-108. I said that like it was an auction. All right, 7 o'clock. Sixers, Wizards. I have the Sixers favored by 13.5 points. I did not do totals because of time. It's only 4 and 238.5. That tells me that there's more people injured on the Sixers, so I'm going to lay the points anyway. 7:30 Hornets Heat. Mine's Heat 2.5, and it's 6 and 240.5. I'm going to take Charlotte getting the 6, even though Brandon Miller's out. 8 o'clock. NBC and Peacock. Knicks Bucks. My line is Knicks 3.5, and they're only giving 1.5. Total's 229.5. I think if Kevin Porter was playing, the Bucks probably would have been favored, but I have the Knicks favored, and I would have had Bucks 1.5 if Knicks 1.5 if Kevin Porter played. So I'll lay the 1.5 with the Knicks bounce back spot. Kings Thunder. My under's the Thunder by a whopping 33. That tells me that I need to change my method of projecting. And it's 10.5 to 227.5. I'll lay the points with the Thunder. And then 11 o'clock on NBC and Peacock, Clippers Warriors. Old school game. Harden Kawhi against Curry. My line's Warriors by 5. And why are the Clippers favored? Like, is Curry not playing? Why? Why the hell are they favored? They have no business being favored. And Steph Curry's be like, fuck you for making us a home dog against the fraud Clippers. So I'm taking the Warriors plus the 2 and plus an 08 outright. All right, now I'll move on to hockey. We'll go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to today. Pens over the Blues 6-3 and Sens over the Bruins 7-2. Yeah, this is the frozen frenzy. 6 o'clock ESPN, Pens Flyers. The Penguins are, wow. The Flyers are favored, minus 172. Pittsburgh's plus 142 over under 6.5. Overs plus 104, unders minus 128. Pens plus 1.5 is minus 72. Flyers minus 1.5 plus 140. I get it. Second of a back-to-back. I'm gonna go over 6.5 plus 104. Flames Leafs. Leafs minus 182. Flames plus 150 over under 5.5. Overs minus 120. Unders minus 102. Flames plus 1.5 is minus 170. Leafs minus 1.5 plus 138. I'm going to go with the under, but I don't feel good about it. 6:30 Golden Knights Canes. Second time these two teams have faced off, by the way. Canes minus 150. Vegas plus 125 over under 6.5. Overs plus 110. Unders minus 134. Vegas plus 1.5 is minus 200. Canes minus 1.5 plus 160. I'm going to go with the Hurricanes in regulation at plus 105. 6:45 Blue Jackets Sabres. Sabres minus 118, Jackets minus 102 over under 6.5, overs minus 106, unders minus 114. Jackets plus 1.5 is minus 250, Sabres minus 1.5 plus 198. I'm going to go with the Sabres at home minus 118. 7 o'clock, Ducks Panthers. Panthers minus 176, Ducks plus 146, over under 6.5, overs minus 106, unders minus 114. Ducks plus 1.5 is minus 168, Panthers minus 1.5 plus 136, like the under. 7:15 Islanders Bruins. Isles minus 142, Bruins plus 118, over under 6.5, overs plus 104, unders minus 128. Isles minus 1.5 is plus 168, Bruins plus 1.5 is minus 210. I'm going to go with the Bruins as a home dog, plus 118. 7:45 Lightning Preds. Lightning minus 160, Preds plus 132, over under 5.5, overs minus 132, unders plus 108. Lightning minus 1.5 plus 152, Preds plus 1.5 is minus 188. I'm going to go with the under at plus money. 8 o'clock, Jets Wild. Jets minus 114, Wild minus 105, over under 5.5, overs minus 132, unders plus 108. Jets minus 1.5 plus 210, Wild plus 1.5 is minus 265. I'm going to go with the Jets on the road, minus 114. 8:15 Red Wings Blues. Pick'em minus 110 each way, over under 5.5. Overs minus 140, unders plus 112. Red Wings minus 1.5 plus 220. Blues plus 1.5 is minus 280. I'm going to go with the Red Wings minus 110. 8:30 ESPN Capital Stars. Great game. Stars minus 132. Caps plus 110, over under 5.5. Overs minus 128. Unders plus 104. Caps plus 1.5 is minus 230. Stars minus 1.5 plus 184. I'm going to go with the under at plus 104. 8:45 Suns Blackhawks. Sens minus 140, Blackhawks plus 116, over under 5.5, overs minus 132, unders plus 108. Sens minus 1.5 plus 172, Blackhawks plus 1.5 is minus 215. The Blackhawks have been a nice surprise this year. I think they keep it going. They're plus 116. I'm going to give them out. 9 o'clock, Devils Avalanche. Avs minus 162, Devils plus 134, over under 6.5, overs plus 106, unders minus 130. Devils plus 1.5 is minus 188, Avs minus 1.5 plus 152. I like the over at plus 106. 9:30 Mammoth Oilers. Oilers minus 152, Mammoth plus 126, over under 6.5, overs plus 108, unders minus 132. Mammoth plus 1.5 is minus 194, Oilers minus 1.5 plus 156, like the over at plus money. 10 o'clock Rangers Canucks. Rangers minus 120, Canucks even money, over under 5.5, overs minus 132, unders even money. Rangers minus 1.5 plus 210, Vancouver plus 1.5 is minus 65. I have to go Vancouver even money. I'm sorry. I can't pick the Rangers right now. Why the fuck are they favored on the road? 10:30 Canucks Canadians. Or Kraken. Kraken hosting the Canadiens. Habs minus 128, Kraken plus 106, over under 5.5, overs minus 128, unders plus 104. Habs minus 1.5 plus 194, Kraken plus 1.5 minus 245. I'm going to go with the Kraken at home and plus 106. And last but not least, 11 o'clock on ESPN, Kings Sharks. What an awful game to be on ESPN. Kings minus 15, Sharks plus 176, over under 5.5, overs minus 138, unders plus 112. Kings minus 1.5 plus 118, Sharks plus 1.5 is minus 144. For this one, I'm going to go with alternate over 6.5. At plus 118. Okay, now move on to soccer. We'll go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to today. La Liga, Atletico Madrid over Real Betis 2-0. MLS, Cincinnati over Columbus 1-0. Cincinnati leads 1-0. Minnesota, Seattle 0-0 draw. Goes the penalties. Minnesota wins. Minnesota goes up 1-0 on penalties. The Kings Cup, Al Fateh over Al Raida 2-0. Al Khalij, Al Tawun 1-1 draw. Al Khalij advances 5-3 on penalties. Al Khalid over Al Najma 1-0. And Al Ali over Al Bateen 3-0. There's a lot of cup games today. I really don't have time to go over a lot. But I'll just do the leagues. All right, noon women's friendly, Slovakia, Hungary, 1 o'clock Norway, Japan, 1:15 Italy, Brazil, 3 o'clock England, Australia, 3:30 Scotland, Switzerland, 3:45 Dutch, Canada, and Wales, Poland. Carabao Cup, 3:45 Grimsby, Brentford, Wycombe, Fulham, and 4 o'clock Wrexham, Cardiff City. Kings Cup going on right now. Al Qadisha, Al Hazim, Al Shabab, Al Zulfi, Al Akdod, Al Halal, and 2 o'clock is Al Nasser and Al Ittihad. Women's Nations League, 1 o'clock Albania, Cyprus, Austria, Czechia, Denmark, Finland, Turkey, Kosovo, 2 o'clock Iceland, Northern Ireland, Sweden, Spain, 3:30 Belgium, Ireland, and 4 o'clock France, Germany. That's a good one. Spanish Copa del Rey, 2 o'clock Atletico Tordesillas and Burgos, Constancia, Girona, Orense, CF, and Real Oviedo, Longuero, Racing Ferrol, SD Logroñés and Racing Santander, USAM, Murcia, Cadiz at 2:30, 3 o'clock Guadalajara and Casarino, Inter del Valdemoro and Getafe, Maracena, Valencia, Rayo Majadahonda and Talavera, Ruta and Granada, Trapazon and Clodro Leonesa, UD San Fernando and Albacete, 3:30 Alaca and Tenerife, Utebo and Huesca, 4 o'clock CD Extremadura and Las Palmas, Negueria and Real Sociedad, and Toledo and Sevilla. German Cup, 1:30 FC Heidenheim and Hamburg, Frankfurt, Borussia, Hertha Berlin and SV 07 Elfsberg, VfL Wolfsburg and Holstein Kiel, 3:45 Borussia and Karlsruhe SC, Koppis and RB Leipzig, FC Augsburg and VfL Bochum, and St. Pauli and Hoffenheim. All right, Serie A today, 1:30 Lecce and Napoli. Napoli minus 185, Lecce 6-1. The draw is plus 280. Over 2.5 goals plus 126. And at 3:45, Atalanta Milan. Atalanta plus 160, Milan's plus 175, draw plus 220. I'm going with the draw here at plus 220. And MLS playoffs tonight, 6:45 on Fox Sports 1, Game 1, Charlotte, NYCFC. NYCFC is a road favorite, plus 140. Charlotte's plus 180, the draw is plus 240. I'm going to go with the draw plus 240. I think this goes to kicks or goes extended time. We have a lot of Serie A tomorrow. I'm just gonna run down the 1:30 games tomorrow. AS Roma, Parma, Como, Verona, and Juventus Udinese. And 3:45 is Bologna, Torino, Genoa, Cremonese, and Inter, and Fiorentina. I just really don't have the time today. And then French League 1 has games too. 2 o'clock is La Race Brest, PSG Lorient, Metz Lens. Nice Delay. 4 o'clock is Marseille Angers, Nantes, AS Monaco, Paris FC Lyon, Strasbourg, AJ Auxerre, Toulouse, and Stade Rennes. If we have time tomorrow, we'll pick some of those games. We have college football tonight, actually. 2 games. 1 Conference USA and 1 Sun Belt. All right, first up is UTEP and Kennesaw State. That is, I believe it's 7 o'clock tonight. 8 o'clock, ESPNU. My line's Kennesaw 13.5, total 45 and 17/20ths, and it is 10.5 and 50.5. I like the under. That's a high total. And 8 o'clock, ESPN2, James Madison, Texas State. I have James Madison 6.5, total 56 and 13/20ths, and it is 6.5 and 55.5. And for this one, I'm going to do the over. All right, we don't have on this day yet, so we'll push that to tomorrow. We'll move to NFL Tuesday bet. So my first NFL bet I'm going to make all week. I didn't do totals yet. I just did sides. And that's fine. Because even that opens the door for Fab 5. For totals. If I were to go that way. So my first bet I'm going to give out is going to be the Panthers of Carolina plus 12.5, as long as Bryce Young is back, which he should be. I'm scared to bet it because of his status. So instead, I'm going to lay 5.5 in New England. Everybody loves the Falcons. I don't get it. The Falcons suck, as we saw the other day. So I'm going to lay 5.5 in New England against Atlanta. Okay, now we'll move on to news and notes. Like I said, it was going to be a quick podcast today. A name-drawing trade buzz as the trade deadline approaches is New York Giants edge rusher Kayvon Thibodeau. But the question is, who's going to trade for him? Who? He hasn't been good this year. That defense has been good this year. I think the most overrated unit in football, arguably, is the Giants' pass rush, because everybody said it was so good. And when have they gotten a big sack all year other than against a banged-up Chargers offensive line? Jackson Dart is making that, he's making that offensive line look good, but yeah, see what you can get for him, because you're not going anywhere without Scattaboo and Neighbors. You probably weren't going anywhere with those guys to begin with because of how bad that defense is. Cam Scattaboo was out of the hospital. State will begin rehab immediately after surgery. And then Scattaboo got a thank you post for all of his supporters after the surgery. So we talked about that Dodgers Blue Jays game. It's really a legacy game. There's a viral reaction of Clayton Kershaw's wife after Kershaw got out of the jam. And it was Will Klein's longest outing since college. So the WNBA CBA talks, the league and players union not going to meet Friday's deadline. Not great. Lakers gave Vincent out 2 to 4 weeks with a sprained ankle. That's brutal. The Lakers have nothing but injuries right now. Crazy that Austin Reeves had that game. Cooper Flagg's shoulder a little sore as he expects to be good to go after injury on final possession. So there's discomfort on a swing from George Springer, and he got an MRI. I say discomfort on his right side. That'd be a huge loss for the Blue Jays. They will win another game if he's out the rest of the series. They need him and his experience. Cooper Flagg, speaking of him, only scored 2 points. The Pacers signed Mac McClung. Kirby Smart says everything is boom or bust after LSU fired Brian Kelly. Laramie Tunsil was ruled out with a hamstring injury for the against the Chiefs. Pat Surtain could land on IR as he has a pec strain. Jaden Daniels up in the air for Week 9 against the Seahawks. Carson Wentz to undergo surgery on his left shoulder. Not great, so he's done for the season. That means J.J. McCarthy better come back and be awesome. And another NPB All-Star is likely to be posted. Foster Griffin, poised for MLB return after 3 years in Japan. So there you have it for news and notes. Last but not least, my best bet of the day brought to you by FanDuel. I gotta lay it with the Thunder. I don't see how they don't blow out the Kings. So I'm laying 10.5 with OKC. So I'm gonna lay the I'm going to lay the 10.5 with OKC against the Kings. So there you have it for the show. I'll be back tomorrow recapping everything, looking at everything tomorrow as well. Hope you guys have a great day, everybody.